I'm at Lake Superior Provincial Park. Just parked, and I'm gonna go hitch a ride down to Gargantua Road. I've got a great sign made for my hitch. Let's hope I can get a ride quickly, the 40 kilometers, and then possibly a ride down Gargantua Road. It's 14 kilometers, but I can hike that if necessary. Well, I got a ride just outside the Agua Bay Lake Superior Visitor Center. About 15 minutes on the side of the road, and I got a ride. Thank you, Mark, for picking me up. I know it was his first time actually ever picking up a hitchhiker, but he could tell I was a hiker, so thank you. Also with my trailhead sign. I'm on Gargantua Road. Gargantua. Never know the proper way to say it. But I'm hoping a car comes by to save my legs for the trail for tomorrow. This back road is 14 kilometers or so to the trailhead or Gargantua Bay. And my first site is at Gargantua South. I have all day to make it there. I am at the Gargantua Bay trailhead. About halfway down the trail, I got a ride from a lovely lady. So thank you so much, Erin. I appreciate it. And we're about to start the trail. I only have about a kilometer and a half to get to my first site at Gargantua South. So I'm looking forward to getting there, relaxing on the shore before I start the next couple of long days. It's gonna be nice. So my plan for this trip is today it's a short distance to my campsite at Gargantua South. I've chosen not to do the Devil's Chair or Chalfant Cove route, the northern portion. I did Wart Bay and the Devil's Chair last time I was here, but for time restriction and packing in the most beauty, I decided just to head southbound from here. I plan to do this trip over 4 nights, with tonight being the first night. I'm looking forward to some spectacular views. Well, I'm at site number 4, Gargantua South. There's a small space to be able to set up your tent. It's not exactly level, and have to use rocks to hold down my stakes, but it works. Nice big seating area though. That was appealing to me. So I think I'm going to go to the water, go have a little bit of a swim, and maybe get supper going. This site is the only one out of the 5 sites that does not have a bear box, in case you were wondering. All right. Heading towards Beatty Cove today. It's going to be about 13.5 to 14 kilometers of some pretty hard hiking. It'll be a long day. Right out of the gate, the trail makes you work. Beautiful, beautiful, rocky, rooty climbing, moss covered. It's beautiful. It's a nice little bit of respite. Coming out to a flat outcrop on top of this mountain. Nice. Came down, back up there. Wow. Whew, that was a climb. Campsite 1 at Rhyolite Cove. Pretty nice site. You could fit at least 3 tents, if not 4 if you needed to here. Nice open site. I am at another old lake bed. What's really cool is that these old ancient lake beds are where the water level used to be. This is apparently 79 meters above Lake Superior's water level. So it shows just how high up the water was once upon a time. But super cool. Well, I haven't been recording much the last few hours. It has been some tough hiking, some scrambling and up and down and just beautiful boulder hopping. And anyway, just as a note, I have hiked this stretch before in one shot, so I know that I can do it. It makes for a long day. However, most people hike from like Gargantua to Rhyolite Cove or one of those sites, and then hike to Beatty Cove the following day. So today I'm hiking what most people hike in 2 days. But if you are capable and you know your skills, I'm sure you can do it. I'm going slow, it's hot, and I seem to be hungrier than usual today. So I just had another snack, lots of breaks, and just enjoying a little bit of the reprieve going downhill. Boy. You know, being here, it's like a dream. It's surreal. You know, you almost can't help but get a bit emotional. It's just so breathtaking and beautiful. Oh. That island out there, I don't know if we can see that. That Telegraph Island, the bay across from it, it's about 3 kilometers from here, is where my campsite is. I am slowing down, but I still have plenty of time and lots of light left. So let's keep hiking. I'm at site 3 of 4 at Beatty Cove. Got my tent set up. Got a bear box over there. Gonna filter some water and get supper going and go for a swim. Going to put my bear bag in the bear locker and get ready for bed. I checked the bear lockers when I got here. Stayed at site 4 last time and the bin was full of garbage. It was rancid. But both are clean and they actually have signs on them now for food storage only, to ensure the box is clean and empty on departure. Well, that's nice. Put this in. Lock it up. Get ready for bed.
Well, it's about 4:30 in the morning. I've been up for about 30 minutes. Don't know why I'm awake, but it's not going to be light enough to hike until about 7 anyway. It started raining around 4, and it's supposed to rain off and on all day, all night, and then into tomorrow morning. So it's going to be some careful footing today along the shore. But first cup of coffee. Hot. Yesterday was a long and technical day, and today has some technical sections, and especially the stretch to Robertson Cove with the boulder hopping, and the wave action may make that a little difficult, but we shall see. I'm looking forward to the views today. Hopefully it doesn't rain too hard all day. But yeah, let's go.
So I'm leaving Beatty Cove. I'm heading towards Robertson Cove. The rain has subsided briefly, which is a good thing. I was able to have cell reception, and I saw that Coldwater South is available. So if it is too slow going with all the wet shore and the waves, I may be able to cut my day a little bit short and camp there. So let's see how the day goes. Well, the Sandspit site looks pretty nice. At least it has a nice little beach. Not a bad spot. Some really cool rock formations today. Just crossed the two Bald River bridges and heading towards Bald Head Mountain. A little bit of a break from the rocks. It's a little bit easier on the feet. Look at that water. Wow. Well, I was able to cross the Coldwater River here. There's a narrow point where it's not very deep. Instead of having to go up to the highway, really didn't want to have wet feet, as you know, my feet were just starting to kind of dry out. But you know, it saves a little bit of boring, this kind of scrubby trail and highway. So, all right, let's go. Well, I made the decision to stop at Coldwater South. I'm at the third site. I was able to check the online reservations, and I could see that there was a vacancy, which is good, so I'm not taking anyone else's campsite. Well, I managed to get everything set up just before the rain started. So I boiled my water, I'm soaking my supper in the tent. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So it looks like it's an early night of relaxing. Well, I'm packed up and heading out. Later start than I planned with the rain. My rain gear is still wet from yesterday, so that's nice. And forecast changed again, and they're calling for rain off and on today, another risk of thunderstorms. But right now it's just a drizzle anyway, not a heavy downpour. And the water seems calmer, which is nice. So it's going to be slow going for the next few kilometers, but let's go. Woo. I'm at Robertson Cove. The 2-kilometer stretch from Coldwater South is a good 2 to 2.5 hour boulder hop, and the smooth outcrops when it's wet, oh my gosh, be prepared for a slow go. Basically it's 1 kilometer an hour or even less kilometers per hour, but take your time. I made it safely. I'm glad last night, I mean, it was wet last night and I would have gotten caught when the rain started. Last night, if I would have tried to attempt that, it was wet, but within an hour of getting to the camp, it really started to pour, so I would have been out on the wet rocks in a downpour. It would have been a rough scenario, but looking forward to hitting the Barrett River and the Sand River area. The sand beaches are beautiful. You can see them out in the distance there. More boulder hopping. We're getting there. Made it to Catherine's Cove. That was some major boulder hopping and you know, rock formations jutting out, very slick. Whew. All right. There are lots of day hikers between Catherine's Cove and I guess it's Sand River. Wow, people out in flip-flops sliding all over the tops of the rocks. Whew. All right. So crossing the Sand River, that stretch there comes out, but then it's pretty wide. So I didn't want to cross that, especially when a bridge is so close. Gonna have one more crossing today. Well, I decided to stop at Barrett River North. There's a vacancy here tonight. My site at Barrett Island is another 3 to 4 kilometers from here. Mileage isn't an issue, it's just the rain. It's just been raining enough that it's been keeping everything really slick. Hoping to try and dry things out, but of course it started raining again, and it's supposed to start raining heavily again in the next hour. My feet, wow. I've been alternating my socks and basically alternating slightly less wet socks every couple hours or so just to help my feet. But the brush, when you're going in and out of the woods in the forest, it's, you know, pretty dense and just getting soaked. My rain gear is soaked right through, but my feet, oh my goodness, they're all pruned. Everything is so soaked. It just soaked. There's been a lot of rain, just kind of steady. But I may just hitchhike out in the morning, because if not, it'd probably give me an 18 to 20 kilometer day to get to the visitor center, which I probably could do. But you know, it's not about going from point A to point B. It's about the journey there and enjoying it. And I've hiked it before, but I'm also here because I want to enjoy it. This is my vacation, and it's been beautiful. And even with the rain, it's been beautiful. It's been, you know, dangerously slow, very treacherous footing. But I need to dry out, and it's been a ride, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. Right now I'm just waiting for my supper to heat up. This is venison spaghetti, so that'll be tasty. And yeah, hopefully I get a good night's sleep and I dry out in here at some point. I've been mopping up the tent floor between the sand and the rain. Whew. It's been a journey. Well, the rain has held off this morning. Everything is still soaked. I put on very wet socks this morning into my wet shoes because nothing's been able to dry out. I've decided I'm going to hike out at the Barrett River Bridge and hitchhike back to the visitor center to my vehicle. I've had a good trip, so I want to end this on a happy, positive note because it has been beautiful, and I will be back